Hello guys, what is going on? Guilty here, and today we'll take a look at Frostpunk. Developed and published by 11-bit studios, they are also known for games like This War of Mine, Beat Cop, Anomaly Warzone, and many others. Frostpunk is a survival simulation with steampunk theme set in the world of freezing temperatures and battle against frost itself. Game starts out optimistic and easy for first few minutes, and you have a feeling of control until you ran out of wood to build houses and the work hours are ending. 16 people died on the first night. Now that was a reality check for certain. To make up for the loss, you are left with the decision of either placing children to work or putting them into daycare. But for now, you are left with 16 bodies laying on the street, and people demand you either get rid of them, build a cemetery, or just leaving people to figure out for themselves, which in turn will make discontent rise and hope fall. There's no problem with hope rising to maximum, but the same can't be said for discontent. If it peaks, you get an ultimatum. They give you one more chance, and if you fail, people will get rid of you as their leader. The main point of the story is to survive the massive storm coming in your direction, and along the way you will have to make some tough decisions, which will either make or break you. Visually, game looks great. You can see people doing their daily tasks, going to cookhouse to eat, hunting at night, snow melts when you increase range on heating area, your screen freezes when temperatures go down, altogether giving it a lot of life and immersion. Personally, I'm not a fan of steampunk visual style, but in this case I actually enjoyed it. It feels normal since you're using coal as your main heating source, and they didn't go overboard with it as well. On other hand, game is a bit linear and repetitive in actions people take when something happens. With every fresh start, if someone dies, the reaction and decision making will be anticipated. The only choice you have in that case are between increasing hope or discontent. You can also brush aside the problem at hand, but at the end you will have to make a decision anyway. Frostpunk doesn't have any noticeable story in the background. Everything revolves around surviving the cold and the upcoming storm. Intro cinematic of main storyline will basically explain everything you need to know. And there is even less spotlight in the characters section because there aren't any. Now, soundtrack in this game, for me at least, were great, and when shiz hits the fan, it goes ballistic. Music tends to follow the same underlying path, but it's increasing in tempo and intensity with the approaching of the storm. Here's the short example. Like I said before, game is a bit repetitive if you tend to play other storylines or replay the main story itself. You will have the same technology tree and book of laws to fiddle around with. While you can focus on different approaches, majority of your decisions will be the same. You can also send out scouts to explore locations outside of your city, and they can end up finding resources, survivors, or their death. Frostpunk is definitely one of the unique games out there, giving players a rare survival simulation experience. Base price for this game is $30, which I would say is a bit too high. Don't get me wrong, this is a great game with unique experience and you have to play it someday, but if you're able to find a discount, then by all means get it. If you have any comments or questions about this evaluation, then please leave them in the comment section below, and if you like reviews like this and want more, well, consider subscribing. And that's it folks, my name is Guilty and I'll see you next time.